right, here we are in our normal secret location at the beach in the middle of the night, and we're having our conversations with Harvey, but in this particular case, Harvey's not coming to the beach. I'm going to the ships. So this is how remote viewing works. This is what we do. We can perceive things differently than most people just simply because of training. But here we are, and the commander of the ship of the Armada is called the Lady. That's who I call her, the Lady. But she's the commander. She's essentially my boss and the boss of everybody at FARSIGHT. And we are recording this on the video so that you can be brought into the ship, so that you can see what we're doing. It took us a lot of effort to get to this point, so the technology had to be here for us to be able to do this. You're watching my avatar right now, but be absolutely guaranteed I am standing right here on the beach, and there are ships, big ships above me, and there are a few hundred security personnel around me on the beach, and my perception is going to shift to the ship itself, the main ship where the commander is, who's waiting for me right now. And what we are doing here is allowing you, through this new method, to see what we're seeing. So it's no longer us just presenting things, but you're seeing what we are seeing. And most importantly, we want to emphasize that the ETs who we work with, who we call the good ETs, they don't want any of this secrecy. They don't want any of this thing where you don't know who they are. They would love to be able to land on the planet. They can't, because this is a prison planet run by what we call the bad ETs. It would cause a shooting war. It would cause a galactic fracture. We can't do that right now. Not as long as the bad ETs are controlling this planet. Even though you may not know it's a prison planet, it is a prison planet. So we have constraints that we have to work with. But what we are going to do now is take you on the ships with me, and I am going to describe exactly what I'm seeing and telling you what we're doing. And most importantly, the message for this particular meeting is to give you an idea of who the good ETs are. And for those of you who are still stuck on the idea that why don't we just show up with ships all over the place? We did that in November and December 2024. We showed up with thousands of ships. It made no difference at all. Finally, a presidential announcement said they were just experimental aircraft approved by the FAA, which was totally rubbish, and the whole story went off the news. It wasn't covered, it was over. So landing and coming with the ships is not enough. There is a war going on between the two different sides, and a tremendous amount of struggle is going on right now. So without further ado, I'm going onto the ships now, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I see so you can get an idea of who these are. And these people want to see you. They want you to see them. They want to actually be with you. They want you to go onto the ships. They don't want any secrecy. None of this secrecy. None of this stuff of, are UFOs real? Are we alone in the universe? None of that crap. They want everything open. Okay? All right, here we go. Commander, sorry for the prelude, but here we are. I'm ready to be beamed up. Sorry, little Earth joke. All right, now I'm on the what you probably would call the bridge. The commander is here, and it's very pristine, very neat, and it looks very Star Trek-ish in the sense that there is rows. I'm looking at rows right now, right here. I'm looking at rows of like consoles, just consoles. And there's people sitting at those consoles, and I don't see any like knobs coming out or anything like that. They're like touching the surface of these consoles. And then right after that, there's like, it goes down a little bit, almost like it's a row of desks, but it's not desks, it's a row of consoles. It goes down, and then it gets up to a wall, and the wall is the hugest, maybe you'd call it a mirror, I don't know what you'd call it, or maybe you'd call it a TV monitor or a window or screen, something, but it's the biggest screen. I wish I could be on an IMAX movie and see it here. This is the biggest screen I've ever seen. There's stars outside of the screen. Okay, and there's more people. There's a guy standing next to the commander. Okay, let me see if I can, Harvey, is that you? Okay, all right, well, he's smiling at me. The commander is smiling also. All right, anyway, so now onto the left. There's fewer people on the left, but there is a row of consoles as well to the left. And there's just a lot of people here. It's a huge, it's expansive thing. This is not like any type of ship that you actually see in Earth. This is like big, it's like huge. You're never gonna get claustrophobic in a place like this. And now, Commander, is this, if you don't mind me asking, is this where you like run the ship, or do you have your own private place as well? Like in Star Trek, the captain of the Enterprise has like a room he goes to for sort of private stuff as well. Is there? Yeah, you do have something like that. You do have something like that. Okay, that's interesting. And what's here? What's here? Yeah, this is the bridge. This is the bridge. Okay. And why are there so many people here? Because you're dealing with people on Earth. Millions, billions, billions and billions, and you need a lot of people to deal with that. All right, so this isn't just automated. These are people involved. Okay, Commander, I think, can we see a little bit of what you like? What is it like to live here? And can you show me? All right, Harvey, thanks. Okay, I'm going to be guided now. I'll just follow. All right, thank you, Commander. All right, so we're going now to the eating place. All right, so here I'm walking over to the eating place, and what I'm seeing is down a corridor. There's lots of people coming in and out. There's tons of people on this ship, by the way, and I'm only seeing a small fraction of it. All right, but going down, there's definitely people. There's definitely people, and now we're going into it's a room. It's a room, and there's like a table with like 6 people around it. They're eating. So they do eat. They eat like regular food. So it's not like they're not eating or anything like that. They're eating like regular food, and they're looking at me. They're sort of curious. I can't help it. I do this. This is my job. All right. So they're just laughing at me because I've been here so many times, and then they're sort of looking at what I'm doing now and thinking it's sort of funny for me to be doing it this way. But anyway, they all know me. All right. So, but and when the food comes out, how does it come out? All right, so it actually comes out, it's not that much different from like the replicator situation of Star Trek, where they open a thing, like a panel or something like that. And then the panel there's food in it, and they could take it out. It's like on a tray, and they actually eat it just like every food. What kind of food do you guys eat? I know I used to eat this stuff. What kind of food? Okay, it's not like Earth food. It's sort of gloopy, like it's gloopy, and all right, it's gloopy. Okay, and so all right, so it's gloopy. All right, it's like, but it's good. It doesn't have like, it's not like, you don't have anything like pizza or sweet, or mashed potatoes or something like. They're sort of laughing. They know they don't do that. They're vegetarian, but it's like manufactured food, but it's good food. It's like what you'd get with organic farming, except without the grains and without the. It's their own. They don't have like. I guess they're telling me they don't have like these huge farms in space. They have to manufacture the food, but it covers everything that they could possibly need. Okay. Does it have taste? What does it taste? It tastes good, and they have preferences. They're saying. But it's not like our stuff. What about pizza? Would you guys like? They're laughing at me. Okay, well, I like the popular Earth food, pizza. I don't eat pizza, but I occasionally eat a pizza, but not with the cheese. Okay, all right, okay. All right, Harvey, can you take me now to a bathroom? It's not that I don't have to go to the bathroom, it's just that I think people would like to see what that's like. Okay, so, okay, now we're moving, and wow, it's sort of small. Everything was spacious and big, and now this is sort of small. It's a door. Can I go in? Okay, so I'm going in. I'm getting close, and the door just sort of slides open. And okay, folks, let me explain this toilet to you. There is actually a toilet, but there's also like other things in here. It's like a shower capability or something. It's like it's a wash, and everything does everything. Okay, now the toilet is like the seat of the toilet. It's configured to have the shape of butt cheeks. I'm not joking. It's like you're sitting on butt cheeks that perfectly conform to your butt. And then I guess people sit on that, and then it's okay, and they do their thing, the same as on Earth, I guess. And then it takes care of everything. Wash, dry, everything. You just sit, it takes care of it, you do your thing, then it gets washed, then it gets dried, you don't do anything, you just sort of stand up after that, and no one comes out to put on your clothes again, is that right? They're laughing, okay, they're laughing at me, all right. Okay, so anyway, so that's that. Okay, so that's the bathroom. All right, so we've covered what the bridge looks like, we've covered what the eating facility is like, the food is a little different. The biggest thing I'd like to, okay, Harvey, can we leave this right now? Can we leave the bathroom area so we can, where do we go next? Is this it for right now, or do we do something extra? This is it for now, okay? And this is what, yeah, okay, so this is it for now. This is what we were gonna see. We're seeing the living arrangements of the people on the ships. And what they're trying to do is to let everybody on Earth sort of get a window into this. And we are going to have AI art that almost exactly matches what we see. So you're going to see here in the video what I'm seeing, okay? And this is it. Harvey, my man, thank you so much. I'm not punching you, you know, it's a fist bump, they call it. Okay, all right. Okay, Harvey, I want to thank you so much. Is Ebony around? She's not here right now, but she's around. She's okay though, right? Yeah, she's very okay. All right, so I'll see her another time. Can you just pass on my love and so on? And that's it. Harvey, I thank you so much for taking care of me and everything like this, and everyone greets you. And you had a great ET board meeting, by the way. That was really super exciting on the last one, the ET board meeting. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna go back to the beach. Is that okay? Okay, all right. Say goodbye to the commander, okay? All right. All right, I'm back at the beach now. All right, here I am, I'm back at the beach. All right, well everybody, that's what it was like on the ships. We're gonna be taking you many places now. So we're not taking you just on the ship. I'm gonna be taking you all over the place this way and describing exactly what I see and what other people see. And we're incorporating this type of mocap arrangement in our remote viewing study. So this is Farsight 3.0. Anyway, so that's really great. All right, everybody, and let me put in a plug now for FARSIGHT'S.com. This is where everything is going to show. We're going to show a few of these things on YouTube so you get an idea of what we're doing. But for those of you who want to follow the in-depth story that we're developing, YouTube is, we don't want to deal with any type of cancellation or censorship or anything. So it's FARSIGHT'S.com is where you're going to get the latest. And for anybody who says that the ETs are just, the only question is, are we alone in the universe and are the ships real? That is so crazy. It's impossible for there to be so many ships and so many beings in the galaxy and not one of them wants to actually show up and actually talk and show you what they're doing. It's crazy. You know, why wouldn't they want to land? There's obviously something going on. And so for all those congressional hearings and everything, where everything looks like it's rape and secrecy, that's alone the biggest clue you ever need. There's struggle in the galaxy, and this planet is a contested sovereignty right now. Okay? Anyway, all right. Until next time, everyone. See you.